Okay, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to unpack a really provocative theory from our source material that says it can connect some of the world's most chaotic headlines to one single hidden driver.
We see all these headlines and they feel totally disconnected, right? Just random. A military threat over here, a secret operation over there. But what if there's a connection? The source we're explaining today asks that exact question, and it suggests there's a powerful, hidden logic operating just under the surface of it all.
So first, you get this bombshell from January 2026. The White House says that military force is actually on the table to acquire Greenland. Now, just remember, Greenland is part of Denmark, a NATO ally. It sounds unbelievable. Then, just a few days before that, there's this stunning military operation in Caracas that pulls Venezuela's president, Nicolas Maduro, right out of the country and puts him in a cell in New York. I mean, a move like that just completely rewrites the rules of foreign policy.
And then, at the very same time, you start seeing news that old dormant nuclear plants, places like 3 Mile Island, are being fired back up. For what? For one single incredibly power-hungry purpose: to fuel the massive energy needs of AI data centers. So how on earth could these events be connected? Well, according to the source material, they're not separate events at all. They are all moves in a single, undeclared war for total supremacy. And the key to understanding it all is what the author calls the AI primacy thesis. Think of it as the decoder ring for all this chaos. So what is it? The core idea is this: America has come to a decision that which other country controls AI controls, well, everything. And because of that, it will do whatever it takes to secure the physical stuff that AI runs on, the substrate, before anyone else gets their hands on it. The source material points directly to this 2017 declaration from Vladimir Putin as the moment the stakes became brutally clear. This isn't just about economic influence or being a leader on the world stage. No, this is framed as a win or die contest. You either roll or you will be ruled.
So what exactly is this substrate they're fighting over? It's the physical foundation of AI. We're not talking about code floating in the cloud. We're talking about concrete, real-world things. And the argument is that America is now making aggressive moves to secure every single piece of it. Okay, let's look at Greenland and Venezuela again, but this time through this new lens. The author says it's not about old-school resources. It's about what AI needs to function on a civilizational scale. Greenland, it offers free Arctic air to cool down those overheating data centers, plus the rare earth minerals you need for the hardware. And Venezuela, it has the raw energy from its huge oil reserves and even more of those critical minerals. And wow, this chart right here really shows you the sheer scale of the energy problem. You can see US oil production just skyrocketing while imports fall off a cliff. AI's appetite for electricity is almost unbelievable, and the argument here is that securing that energy, whether it's at home or abroad, is completely non-negotiable. And this slide really illustrates the whole picture. It's not just one thing. The source calls it an entire integrated stack. It starts with the chip fabs, then you need the power to run them, the fiber optic cables to connect them, and finally, orbit, space-based infrastructure as the ultimate backup. According to this thesis, you have to control every single layer. If you lose one, you risk losing the whole game. But here's where the theory gets even deeper. It argues this isn't just a physical war for resources. It's also a hidden war, one that's being fought on an institutional battleground, inside scientific alliances and even cultural institutions. The source makes this fascinating comparison to a 19th century group called the X Club. Allegedly, this tiny group of scientists quietly took over the prestigious Royal Society just to make sure that British ideas and imperial interests would dominate global science for a century. This is laid out as the historical playbook for how you capture an institution. And according to the author, that exact same playbook is being used right now. The theory is that allied nations, while they look like neutral partners under a shared security umbrella, are actually quietly building their own rival AI systems, often using phrases like sovereign AI to justify it. The argument even pushes into the cultural realm, and this is where it gets really provocative. As an example, the source posits that even a huge smash hit musical like Hamilton could be seen through this lens. It's described not just as entertainment, but as a kind of cultural programming that gets Americans to celebrate a financial system that, in this view, historically made them dependent. So when you put all of these pieces together, the physical resource grabs, the institutional maneuvering, even the cultural front, what do you actually get? Well, the author frames it as a final high-stakes contest for survival, a kind of Darwinian fitness test for entire civilizations.
The source brings up the spirit of the American Revolution for a reason. It suggests the country is in a similar give me liberty or give me death kind of moment. And in this view, being subordinate to another power's AI is just not an option. And this quote really sums up the whole stark conclusion. Losing this race isn't just about economic decline. It means becoming, and I quote, algorithmic serfs to the nation that wins. It means future generations could have their entire lives governed by a foreign intelligence. Ultimately, the AI primacy thesis is a framework. It forces us to look again at the seemingly chaotic events that are shaping our world. And whether you agree with it or not, it leaves us with one pretty provocative final question. In a win-or-die contest for the future, what is the true price of primacy?